Can see this. Hear me? Let's get started. Before we step into the actual agenda and the course, let me tell about myself. I'm Preethi here, and I have almost 16 plus years of experience into IT and a vast experience into DevOps. I have played different roles before getting into DevOps, and in DevOps, I have worked in different stages in the CI/CD pipelines, provisioning the infrastructure from scratch, maintaining their high availability, resiliency. These are all the areas I have worked on, and I am a certified experienced professional in Kubernetes, Terraform, AWS, and Prometheus. We use a huge tool stack. Like I have got experience in working on different tools in DevOps, building the pipelines, working on different deployment strategies, building for resilient systems. So these are all the areas of my expertise. And let me get into the course. I'll take you a walk through the course and this training program. Before that, let me tell you, you are all on mute to avoid any background noise, right? If you have any questions, please unmute and you can speak, or else you can use Zoom chat, or else you can raise your hand so that I can unmute you, right? So let's have an interactive session. And let's talk about course before we step into the actual agenda for the day. And this is a DevOps training where we'll be covering end to end that are needed to become a DevOps engineer, right? And this course is for 2 months. It is like today is a demo session, and the class continues at the same time from tomorrow, like 8:30 p.m. Indian time to at 10 o'clock. Like it's 1.5 hour session every day. And we have participants from different time zones, and we also have a passive learners, like they watch the recording and come back with a questionnaire and all. So we are having a heterogeneous batch, people from different experience levels, different backgrounds, different work environments. So I'll teach you, I'll be the trainer for the complete course, right? I'll be teaching you the topics in a such a way that freshers, even experienced people, like even managers can easily fit in and get into the topic. Right? Every topic will be dealt from the basics till advanced concepts so that you can apply them in your projects and also clear your interviews with confidence. That's the main agenda of the course. Right? And so, what are all the benefits of this course? Who should take up this course? And why you should learn DevOps? Who should learn DevOps? What is a CI/CD pipeline? I'll give you a high level picture of all of these things. So, stay tuned and stay relaxed. Any questions, please feel free to raise your hand. So this is a 2 months course where you will have access to an LMS, learning management system, where all the course material is available, like including the class recording. Every day class recording will be provided in couple of minutes after the class. So along with the lab assignments, lab notes, and you will have a dedicated lab support on WhatsApp. With all registered students, there is a separate private WhatsApp group created wherein we provide a lab support. Like DevOps is completely practical and hands-on, right? We will be doing lab from tomorrow. We get started with lab from tomorrow. So whenever you are stuck up with some queries and all, you can post the screenshots, and we have a separate team to provide you the support. So the lab support is very important. And then access to interview questions. We have a um, portal where you have all the interview questions, which are not just dumped from the interview, whereas which are curated from the interviews, from the real interviews, right? So this interview questions will be provided. We provide resume help. We also provide access to the quiz portal. So these are all available with this LMS. Let me show you the LMS because that's a strength or that's a pillar of the training. These days, like you have everything over the internet, right? There are many people who can teach. There are a lot of information over the internet. But then why you should join any DevOps course, or else why you should join this particular DevOps course is this DevOps course is like the topics we cover, the content we cover, the labs we do, the scenarios on which we do the hands-on. All of these are curated from my personal experience as a DevOps manager, right? So you will see the benefit of it, like where you will see the real scenarios, you will see the scenarios, whatever needed to work in the projects, what are needed, what topics you should master to clear the interviews. So that's a perspective when covering this topic. So let me show you the LMS. Everyone, you can go to preethidevops.com and create a free account here, right? It's just creating, log in with your email account, which will help you log into the LMS. There's a free trial LMS access. If you go to my learnings after login, you will see the programs. Like for in everyone, you can have a trial access. You will see the current program wherein you will have one or two sessions available here for free, right? The trial access is free. Suppose like once you go here, these are the recordings. Of course, this is from previous batch. I'm showing you a sample. So you will have a recording. This is the first demo, is a theoretical part. So you don't see any labs on here, but when you get started from Git, every day you will see a class recording along with the, if you just scroll down, you will see lab exercise, quiz, and assignments available here, right? So this lab is exercise is relevant to that particular day. Quiz relevant to a particular day. Interview questions relevant to that particular day, whatever covered in the course. Lab exercises will help you do the hands-on with explanation step by step. Is there? Quiz to register your learnings. Understand, register and validate your learnings. That's how this is helpful, right? And coming to the interview questions, see here, get interview questions based on different levels: beginner level, intermediate level, advanced level, and scenario based. Means like it's not that you will learn the course, then you will apply for the job, or then you start marketing yourself. Along with the course, you will be job ready. How you will be job ready? By mastering the concepts every day, right? You are getting thorough with the Git as we go on, like as we complete. By the time we complete Git, you will be thorough with Git, right? So that you will be ready to answer any sort of questions relevant to it. That's how the course is designed. You'll be job ready by the completion of the course, provided you do the hands-on, you put your effort and dedication throughout the course. So yeah, the interview questions, right, level wise, and also this interview questions, the this particular portal for the interview questions has gained a separate feedback where people have got selected into the job by going through the interview questions itself. We have got that feedback, so it's a very very positive factor of this training. Hope everyone will benefit out of it. So that's how you have this portal wherein you will have everyday class recording that particular days, assignments, quiz, everything, so that you will be ready day by day for the job, right? So every tool like follows the same pattern. This is your LMS. Again, let's say you want to do all the assignments together, or else you want to go through all the quiz in one go. Maybe you have an interview scheduled within 2 days. This quiz portal will help you. Similarly, lab notes, like all the documentation, all the hands-on exercise at one place. You could also go through them, right? This is the LMS, which is the main strength or pillar of the training. The structured plan and the like day-wise course content is available, which will help you reach out your goal easily. So this is what the high level picture of what would be the benefits of the course. And the complete syllabus is available here. The course purchase link is available here, which we'll talk about again in some time. So this is about your learning management system, which will help you through the training. Any questions from anyone? So if no questions, let me get through the topic today. Today we'll get an overview of like what is DevOps, why DevOps, who should learn DevOps, who are all eligible for DevOps and all. Let's get an understanding. So yeah, the today's agenda is big picture of DevOps. You all might be like, some of you might be aware of what DevOps is, some of you might be working into it, but like I told you, we'll cover from the basics and go till the end of the topic. So that's how we'll begin. Roles and responsibilities of DevOps engineer, DevOps CI/CD pipeline. What are the tools and skills we cover as a DevOps engineer? All of them will cover. Right? So let's get started understanding what is DevOps. I'm sharing a black screen. Hope the sessions would be interactive so that you can gain maximum out of the course by discussion.
Okay.
Sure. So first, let us understand what is DevOps. Like I told you, right, some of you are working with it, some of you are new for it. Let's go from the basics so that you can brush your skills or understanding. So DevOps, when you see, you can easily understand it's a combination of two teams or two terms, development and operations. Right? What is a development team? What do they do? What are the operations team and all we discuss? Let me take a step back to analyze this or to understand this better. Any application, you take any application you are using in your day. It could be a banking application, it banking application, or it could be an online shopping application, whatever it is. If you are using the application, means there are multiple teams, multiple people who work at the back end. Correct? There are so many people, so much of process, so many teams involved, right? So that you are using the application, you are using some Amazon.com. So many people work, right? So many teams behind it. I'm talking about the major teams who we would be focusing on, like development team, operations team, of course. Let me include QA also, quality assurance team or testing team, right? So what are the major tasks of each of them? Let's see. Developers, as you know, or as the name suggests, you don't have to have any background of it, like you should be an IT guy to understand this, or you should be learning computer science to understand it. It's a general thing I'm explaining here. I'm not getting a technical deep dive as of now. So general things, development team means developers or programmers are involved. They write the code, as much as simple as that. They write the code, they design the application and all. Once they write the code and once they build or design the application, QA team or testing team, like any application, will go for the health checks, right? Like will go for the checks or some, what do you say, some quality checks. Similarly, here also, QA team will test the application. I'm not teaching you here coding or testing. Right, when I say testing, there are again different levels, different levels of testing, types of testing. I'm not talking about them. Here, what I'm talking about is like testing means just a high level view. They'll test the application developed by developers, right? If it is meeting the expectations, yes, like they'll pass the test. Otherwise, if they find some bugs and all, they'll send again to developers. Developers have to fix the code and all again, they'll send it till the application is defect free or bug free, right? This is what they do. Then what is the operations team? Operations team is like who will take care of servers, services, or networks, logins, access. All of this would be taken care by operations team. And for development team and testing team to perform their tasks, they need some services or servers or operating systems and all, right? So whatever they need, they would be requesting the ops teams, and ops teams would serve the request of dev team or QA team, whoever. Means let's say they need a new server. They would request the ops teams. Ops teams should provide them the servers to perform their tasks or some access and all. Let's suppose they have sent some request. Ops teams, before they serve the request of either dev team or QA team, they would do lot many checks. Because if this new change is brought, is it impacting, is it having any impact on the existing systems? Any servers going to be crashed or any networks going to be disconnected, any services impacted? They do all these checks. Meanwhile, developers are still waiting for the change they need, right? So and but ops team are still checking these things because the main agenda of ops team is to maintain stability of the infrastructure of the system, whereas QA and development team always need agility, some changes to perform their task, right? Means their goals, their agendas are different. Also, dev team and Q team, their skill set is different, isn't it? Their skills are different, their core competencies are different from ops team. Each team has got their own skill set, their core competencies are different, right? So they don't understand challenges of each other. Dev team doesn't understand why ops team is taking so much time to serve the request. Similarly, ops teams doesn't understand why dev team is always requesting something which they are not sure of, right? And there arises some gap between them because of no proper understanding, no proper collaboration, and their skill set are different. So there arises some gap between them. So how to overcome the gap? Is there any way to eliminate the gap between them? Anyone? Why, how to eliminate the gap? And yes, I'm talking about why DevOps came in. When you are learning something, it's very important to learn why we should learn it, or why is it important, what it is, and how to implement it. So as of now, we were talking about how to eliminate the gap between the teams. That's one of the reasons why DevOps came in. But is that the only reason? Just to eliminate the gap DevOps came in? There are other reasons as well. The second reason is to speed up the velocity of deployments. What is meant by that? Why are deployments slower in the traditional approach? I'm talking about traditional approach. Let's say again, development team, QA team. I'm clubbing development team and QA team as okay, or else let me put dev team and QA team. Okay, dev team after writing the code, they'll hand over the application to QA team. QA team will keep testing it until the application is defect free or bug free. Let's suppose once the application is thoroughly tested, it's perfect, it's defect free, bug free, then the application will be handed over to ops teams. Remember, I'm talking about traditional approach without DevOps. So, okay, fine. Ops team got the application. They have to deploy the application for end users to use it. Again, in layman terms, what is meant by deployment? Run the application so that end users can use it. Right? We'll talk about deployments, different strategies of deployments and all. We have separate dedicated chapters for it. Here I'm just talking about, yes, you have deployments like they have to deploy the application. So to deploy the application, they need to understand which version of software the application needs. They should also know the instruction steps, or let's say installation steps or installation guides to install this application on different OS, correct, different servers. So they should take care of all of this. And development QA team, when they hand over the application to ops team, they may also hand over the instruction document, which will tell what are all the softwares needed for this application, what are all the versions needed and all. But those instructions may not be working, or some of them may be working, some of them may be understood by ops teams or may not be, because again, like I told you, their skill set is different. The documented created by dev team, QA team might be having a different perspective than ops teams. So it may not be working. Some of them may work. They have to fix it. They have to install the right versions, right softwares, and see the application is running. Also, after the application is running, if something is broken, they should be able to bring it back, right? They should maintain high availability of the application. All of these things are with ops teams, which makes the deployments very slow. Like application is ready in June, it might be deployed and receive, end users will receive it in the month, in the next year, maybe in the, or else maybe in the December, same year, after 6 months, right? But this doesn't work in nowadays, right? Like today, you will see the applications deployed very faster. So this methodology wouldn't work. So DevOps came in to increase the velocity of deployments. That's what companies need, right? They want to have the deployments faster. How is it possible? How is DevOps making the deployments faster? By using the tools, 24/7 automation possible by using the different automation tools, different deployment strategies. Or in simple, see, there's a lot of things we will learn how deployments became faster and all. At this point, let me tell you the way of development, the way of deployment changed. Okay, I'm not covering this concept, but just let me give you a one clue. Like earlier, developers used to hand over the application directly this way. The artifact they used to hand over, but now they were handing it over in the form of an image, right? They will share the image to ops teams. They will share the Docker image to ops teams directly, right? Also, they'll share in the form of a Docker image. That's where Docker is coming. And Docker image will help you pack the application along with the versions of the softwares and all, so that ops teams need not struggle or work on the underlying versions of the softwares to be installed. So deployments become faster. Suppose they hand over the Docker image to ops teams, in a minute they can deploy it. That's how there is a drastic change with the Docker, Kubernetes and all, which revolutionized the area of development and deployment, which made a lot of impact, which led to DevOps. It's a buzzword in the market, and every company is trying to implement it. Almost all the companies, gigantic companies like Netflix, Facebook, all of them are implementing it, and even smaller companies are implementing it. In couple of years, every company will implement this DevOps methodology, right? And it's actually the right time to learn, put your effort and learn such tools which rule the market in the coming future also, right? So so that's how DevOps is important. And there were again, okay, let me talk about the other reason also before I come to some certain generalized things. Here when I talk about the way of development, the way they hand over the application change means, point a note, not only who want to work in DevOps will learn DevOps, even developers. If your application is going in DevOps methodology, you should learn it. Even QA engineers should learn it. Database admins should learn it. Everyone should learn DevOps because your application is in that methodology of DevOps. So everyone should have an understanding because the way you hand over the application got changed, right? Is it making sense, everyone? Because this is the most frequently asked question. I'm a developer. I want to move to DevOps. Is it possible? Yes, perfectly possible. Another question. I'm a developer. I still want to continue as a developer because I love development. Still, if your application is in DevOps methodology, you should learn DevOps because you wouldn't hand over the artifact directly like you are doing earlier. You containerize it with Docker. Am I good and clear? A quick confirmation will help me at this point. Good to go? Appreciate your quick responses.
Yes, Preethi.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right. Right. Any questions or anything you want to discuss, please feel free to bring it up. So that's the second reason. What is the other reason? To overcome the drawbacks posed by software traditional methodologies. What are those software methodologies and what are all the drawbacks? I believe you guys know that pretty well, but let me just bring it up. SDLC. What is SDLC? Software Development Life Cycle. What is Software Development Life Cycle? This is just a review, quick review for anyone new to these topics. It's not that I'm going to teach you SDLC and all, or you should know SDLC mandatorily to become a DevOps engineer. Just a hint, like the SDLC, Software Development Life Cycle, is nothing but sequence of activities involved in development of an application. Like, first what they do, requirement gathering is the first thing. Then requirement analysis, understand, first gather requirements from the client, understand the requirements, design it, then comes coding, testing, delivery and maintenance, right? That's how they go in each that's how they go in one direction, one after the other, like this direction. Each phase begins one after the other. One after the other means after analysis is completed, they'll design. After coding completed, testing begins. So that's how it is. And by now you might have understood. Yes, I'm talking about waterfall methodology, which served the industry for decades. Though it served the industry for decades, it has got drawbacks, like it poses drawbacks to both developers and ops teams. Here, when I say developers, I am including QA also. So, what are the challenges? It's a very slow methodology, right? If coding is completed today, testing begins after 6 months. Meanwhile, developer will start new code, testers will be testing bugs in the old code, they come up bugs in the old code. So developers have to work in new code as well as fix the bugs in the old code, which is very challenging and which puts a lot of pressure on both development and testing team, right? Also, it's not flexible model. Means once you get the requirements will be freezed. Like let's say you got requirements in 2025, these requirements were freezed, right? So requirements are freezed, meaning you can't just proceed further. Proceed further in the sense, let's say requirements are freeze in the month of January. Client cannot come and add new requirements in the month of February, right? Or else if they are in coding phase, they cannot just go back to analysis again. So it just goes in one direction. So they cannot take new requirements or modifications not allowed. But almost all the clients comes with the new modifications and requirements. If they can't handle it, it doesn't work in today's market, so not flexible. Also, complete software will be delivered all at once after 2 years, maybe in 2027. If you don't accept any requirements and deliver the product, it doesn't work in reality because in these 2 years, business might have changed completely, right? So these are some of the challenges faced by development team. And coming to ops teams, even they have to maintain the server's uptime for longer duration because it's a traditional and lengthy process, right? So maintaining servers for longer duration is again a challenge without any automation. Poor configuration management. Configuration management is a separate subject in it. We will learn it with Ansible thoroughly from the basics till endpoint, like till implementation. Here, I just want to tell you means having a control on the infrastructure. Poor control over the infrastructure. No proper monitoring. Poor monitoring. No monitoring tools, just monitoring infrastructure manually, which will be again challenging, right? To overcome these challenges, again there came Agile. But Agile was successful only to overcome the challenges of developers. But challenges of ops team is still there, right? These challenges are still there. That's where DevOps came in, which can overcome challenges of both development team and operations team. Got it clear, everyone? Here, Agile is successful to certain extent. But how is it successful to certain extent? Because in Agile, every week or every alternative week, there will be a release. So it's a flexible. Code is always stable and ready to deploy, right? Testing happens immediately. So it overcomes challenge of developers. Meaning Agile implements continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration. What is meant by this? Let me give you an example. Suppose on week 1, they'll develop a chunk of code, a bit of code called EA. Week 2, developers will be testing another chunk of code called B. On week 3, this A and B will be combined and tested. Then only it makes a complete product, right? So then only it will be integrated into the system and test. Then only it makes a complete product, right? So, as every week development and testing are happening, we call it as continuous development, continuous testing, and continuous integration, right? So, with this, it could solve problems of developers. Problems of ops team is still there. So, DevOps came in. But what is DevOps then? Let me talk about what it is now. Now that we understood the reasons why DevOps came in, let's talk about what it is exactly. Any questions from anyone in this part? All right then. I'll consider it as no queries. Overcome the challenges. Um, right. So what is DevOps? DevOps is continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration, along with the continuous deployment and continuous monitoring. Right? This is what is DevOps. Got it, everyone? So what is meant by that? So every change developer make from the desk of a developer, right? This is a developer does, they made some changes till it reaches the production table. The whole process is automated, which is called DevOps. This process means whoever want to work in this process of automation is nothing but a DevOps engineer. Means if you notice development team still is there because this is again most frequently asked question. If I'm a DevOps engineer, should I write the code? No. If you write the code, what is development team doing it? Development team still exist. Okay, there's a separate development team who write the code. Once they write the code, testing team is also still there. They will write the test cases in automation test cases. So once developer is ready with the code, once testers are ready with their test cases, it will go through the complete process of automation till it reaches production servers. What are all the other stages? Means it will be pulled continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration, continuous deployment. Deployments happen in different environments. First lower environment, then higher environment. That's how continuous deployments happen in each environment. Once it is working fine there, it would be deployed to prod. Sorry, I'm trying to leave some space. Continuous integration, continuous deployment, and then monitor the application. So the entire process is automated. This is called CI/CD pipeline. Initially, more people will be working on creating the pipeline. Once the pipeline is created, 24/7 automation, you just need two or three people. You may don't have to worry what happens to other people. There are lot many things in DevOps. It's not only CI/CD pipeline. They have to work on high availability of the applications. They have to work on building resilient systems. They have to work on provisioning the infrastructure with Terraform. There are many other areas and aspects of DevOps. CI/CD is one of the aspects, right? So whoever interested in DevOps will be working in this process of automation or providing high availability or building resilient systems or building infrastructure with Terraform, right? All of these areas where DevOps engineers would work, right? Is that making sense? And okay, first let me ask, is this much clear for everyone? Appreciate.
Actually, I have a doubt. Small doubt. Can I just? Hello.
Yeah, go on, please.
Yeah, what I'm saying. Let's say we automate this whole cycle, then this process, then we are out from the project, or it will be there for maintenance activities or something. How is it? Because we, let's say we involve for 10 person and do the automation. After automation completed, so how it works? Like again, we'll be there. Few people will be
Jitendra,
there.
just now I answered the question. I don't mind answering again. I don't mind repeating. Let me repeat it. Like I told you, this is one of the aspects of DevOps. CI/CD pipeline, building CI/CD pipeline is one of the aspects. Right? First, let's say you have worked on building the pipeline from scratch. From the basic, you build the pipeline end to end. Later on, you don't need more people, but you need one or two people here to add the pipelines, means to modify or add new stages in the pipeline or to fix the broken pipelines, right? Or to like include new stages, right? Introduce new stages in the pipeline. These are all the tasks there for few people. What others do, there are many aspects, like I'm telling you, right? Building high available systems or resiliency in the systems. This is also a task of DevOps engineer, right? And also provisioning the infrastructure with Terraform. You have to, where are your pipelines running? Your pipelines are running on some infrastructure, right? You have to provision, means create the infrastructure with Terraform. Also, where are you or how are you deploying this? Okay, continuous deployments are happening, but continuously they were like, there'll be ongoing process of building new applications. Those applications should be deployed, right? You have to spin up the Kubernetes clusters for it and control or manage the infrastructure with Ansible. These are all the aspects of DevOps engineering, right? Not just building the CI/CD pipeline or monitoring it.
I got it. So that for the DevOps, then we have to be expert in that all, like
Of
Terraform,
course, yes.
Kubernetes. Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
DevOps
Okay.
is CI/CD pipeline means yes, like it's an integration of different tools. Also, where do these tools run? Where do your code deployed? Where are the deployments happening? The infrastructure should be provisioned by DevOps engineer, right? You should provide resiliency, high availability for them. How do you do that? Through Kubernetes is one of the options, right? So these are all the different areas, aspects of what a DevOps engineer would do.
Understand. Thank you so much.
And also, there is one more. Like I told you, developers will write the code. Testers are still there. And whoever want to become a DevOps engineer, switch their career. Yes, if you are a DevOps developer, you can become a DevOps engineer. Testers, yes, they can become a DevOps engineer. irrespective of your platform or your previous work experience, anyone, if you master this particular area, you can become a DevOps engineer. Hope that is clear for everyone now. And also another question. Only seniors are needed for DevOps. There is no role for juniors or freshers in DevOps. That's again a very incorrect or a myth. Even freshers have roles in a DevOps project. See, take a very simple example. Do in a development project, don't you have juniors, developers, everyone? Isn't it? They have their own roles and tasks. Same is the case here, right? There are tasks for everyone, and particularly freshers. If you master the DevOps tool set, DevOps skill set, and add them in the resume, that's going to be a big advantage. There are many freshers who have got the offers by learning or taking up this course, because they don't have to spend additional time or effort on teaching the DevOps or training the people for DevOps, right? So that's going to be a big advantage for freshers. Go and check the Naukri for job portals for fresher jobs. Even they have a lot of opportunities. And at this point, I want to bring up few more things. Like you should put your effort and expertise. There's a lot of demand for DevOps engineers, even the recession time or when the job market is low when compared with other technologies. Because see, there's always scarcity for DevOps engineers. We see so many people add all these tools in their resume and come up to the interviews, but the actual skill people are lacking with the actual skills that what the industry needs. If you can bridge that gap, definitely you will have a great job perspective. You can demand the job. You will have your demand. You will be adding credibility to the project. That's how you should have your agenda to gain credibility to the project, right? So the people with the right skill set will have always demand and the jobs open for them. Only thing is you have to catch what you have to learn, how to put or how to gain expertise on the subject. It should be your focus. So before taking further, let me just differentiate them with respect to, yes, anyone, any questions? Let me differentiate these three
Hello, Preethi.
methodologies. Yes, hi, go ahead.
Hi. Sorry to interrupt you in between. Like, my
Mm.
question is how to get expertise in this, and can we set up the complete automation environment in our like in our laptop or any online tools, so that we'll get more exposure and experience to do
Yes.
this automation from our end.
Yes, Wasim, that's a great question actually. Yes, actually, like I told you, today is a theoretical, just high level picture of what is what, so that people will understand what we will be covering in the course. From tomorrow onwards, like from the day one, the hands-on begins, right? We will do the hands-on, not just learning the tool and doing hands-on on the tool. It will be an integration of these tools into the pipeline. Like we will create end to end pipeline. We'll cover those pipeline. Just a second, I thought of showing you in a while, but anyhow, as we got the question raised, let me show you that. Just a second. Hmm. So, see, this is the pipeline, right? Wherein you have integration of the tools. It's not just we learn the tool and move away. We learn the tool to an extent that we see their integration in the real world. We will implement, integrate them, and create this CI/CD pipeline end to end in this course on multiple applications. This pipeline creation will take some months of time. If you see here, first in this course, we will learn first Git. Okay, once we learn Git, we will get to Jenkins, the next tool. So once we are learning the tools, we will zoom into each section. Let's suppose we are starting it. We will learn from basics and master Git thoroughly. It's not the end. We come and integrate it with Jenkins. We see how to integrate and how to connect them and how to create the CI/CD. Right? Once you master Jenkins and Git, then add another tool like continuous build tool, then automate integrate testing tool here, then automate Docker, I mean integrate Docker here, then Kubernetes, like that. Every tool we will zoom in from basics till advanced, come back, add it to the pipeline. That's how we build this pipeline step by step in the course. It's spread horizontally across the course. It's not that in one day we build it. Horizontally across the course means we build it step by step in the course on multiple applications on a monolithic and also microservice application, so that by the end of the course you would be able to apply them in your project, in the real project, because I show you the real way of integration. I'll show you what is the use case to do this. It's not just because you have to learn Docker and keep it. We'll create the scenarios. What is the need for Docker? Means, let's say our application will be failing to run on some OS, right? Like your software compatibility issue. That is the reason, one of the reasons for containers. Then we start Docker, learn it, fix the issue with it. That's how we learn with the real use cases, so that tomorrow you can apply them in your project or answer the interview questions. So this is the CI/CD pipeline we'll be building in the course on multiple applications. Also, at this point, I have to mention one more thing. This course is about DevOps. DevOps is a methodology. It's irrespective of the platform. Means after learning this course, you will be able to implement DevOps not only on on-prem, you could be implementing it on any cloud as well. That's the agenda of this course. And as an example of cloud, I'm covering it on AWS also. And yeah, again, one more answer to your question, like, do you have a setup in your laptop? Yes, we'll help you set up your own labs on some cloud, which is for free, so that you can do the hands-on at any point of time, means at any point whenever you are free. So the complete setup will help you with, so that you will be doing thorough hands-on executing these scenarios.
Can I
Hi,
ask one
Preethi.
more question? Sorry.
Of course,
Last question, please don't mind.
no problem.
Like, yeah, suppose if you have an application like based in Angular, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to go through with the DevOps methodology,
Hmm.
so what we do is we build the project. Usually, you build the project, we pull it to the gate and all, and
Hmm.
then we'll prepare the uh, build for the project.
Hmm.
How it will like it will be work in the DevOps, like just for one line answer.
Okay.
How we'll do with
DevOps.
DevOps?
Hmm. Okay, sure. So DevOps is a methodology, I told you, right? It's not
Yeah.
depending on whether your application is in Angular or whether your application is in Java, whether your application is .NET. The process, the methodology, the tools doesn't change. What changes is the development part changes, right? Obviously, there are different programming languages, developers will develop it. This build tool changes. Also, as a, from DevOps perspective, it doesn't make much difference. It is Maven for Java, for .NET, it's a Enant, different tools. They don't make any change. You should know how to integrate it to the pipeline, because this build tool is a developer tool. You don't have to do anything. They will write the build file and share it along with the code. Like I told you, developers will write the code. They'll also write the build file. You have to integrate it into the pipeline. So to integrate it into the pipeline, it is irrespective for it, whether it is Angular, whether it is Java, whether it is .NET. Then what your I'm answering this because people general mindset or general understanding is that when they attend some development trainings or Java training, .NET training, they will ask whether we would be teaching the front end application, whether we would be taught with back end also, whether we would be teaching .NET connecting with DB, right? Here your question should be, like, what you should look at is, because it's a DevOps, it doesn't matter whether it is Angular or Java or .NET or a JS or JS project or whatever. What matters you is whether it is monolithic application or microservice application matters for DevOps engineers. Means it could be .NET or Java. Like I told you, developer write it, they give the build file, it doesn't make any difference. Integration is same for everything, right? Monolithic or microservice. Because here it makes a difference. How you are
Yeah.
building the pipe, how you are building,
Yeah.
ho- let me
Well,
come.
yeah, yeah.
Let me complete so that I can again take up your questions on top of it. So monolithic, building the applications for monolithic is bit different. Building CI/CD for monolithic is different from building CI/CD for microservice. So that's where difference comes in. Another major difference comes in this part. How do you containerize monolithic applications? How do you containerize microservice applications? How do you deploy microservice application Kubernetes cluster? This is where the difference comes in. According to it, of course, infrastructure changes, so your Terraform configurations changes. Your Ansible managing the infrastructure changes. This is where the majority, the most of the difference comes in. This should be your focus. So now, can you just repeat if I missed any part covering your question?
Yeah. The last one, you explain everything.
Mm.
Like if it is monolithic application also, like if we do the deployment, like it will be deployed on IIS server or on any Unix server, example in Tomcat or somewhere. So so how it will be? We will do with the containerization only, like we
That's what
using
I
the
think.
Docker.
The DevOps approach is through containerization. You are talking about the traditional approach. You deploy the monolithic on servers. That's a traditional approach. The
Yeah,
DevOps approach is containerizing it. So whether it is monolithic or microservice makes a little difference on container. That part we'll learn, but it doesn't make difference whether it is in Java or Angular. Am I making sense?
I got it. I got it. So at the end, we have a Docker containerization. We can use this image, Docker image anywhere, and we can deploy wherever we
Correct,
want. You mean, right?
correct. So
Okay,
that
okay. I
makes a
got it.
difference. So your Docker file, Docker instructions, the way you deploy the microservice monolithic makes a difference in Kubernetes, but it doesn't make difference whether it is Java or Angular. So you don't have to worry about the technology in which the application is developed in, or else whether you are doing your pipelines or on-prem or on cloud, it doesn't make difference. If they are platform independent, technology independent. You should know the core concept so that you could apply it for any application on any platform. That core concept expertise I provide you here. Hope that makes clear for everyone whoever have this question, because
Yeah, perfectly answered. Thank you.
great, this is a question which many people will have. Thanks for bringing this up. And yeah, we were talking about the differences and all. Can I go back for any questions anyone have?
Hi, Preethi. Hello.
Right? Yeah. Hi, Vivek.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, go on,
Yeah,
please. Read
hi,
my
hi, Preethi. This is Vivek. Uh, yeah, actually, I'm completely new to this DevOps. Previously, I worked in one support project and RPA automation.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, how the learning will be to me. I mean, as I was new to the DevOps.
Like I told you, right, Vivek, already, I'm not
Yeah,
considering whether people already know DevOps or new to DevOps. We have people, freshers, intermediate level experience,
yeah,
project managers do I have. So everything will be covered. If you have a basic understanding of what a developer does, operation does, is
yeah,
also,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have that understanding also should be fine. There were no prerequisites to my course. Okay.
Okay. And how, I mean, do we have, I mean, at the end of, I mean, or at the end of the course or middle of the course, do we have any project, I mean, real time working like that?
Yes, so Vivek, real scenarios will be covered on multiple applications. Like I told you, monolithic and microservice. In the class itself, we'll cover these pipelines, strategies on multiple applications. I can also provide you additional applications if someone is coming, and if you want to try, I can provide you real applications also to do the hands-on, apart from what I cover in the course also.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Right. Right. So this is the presentation of what I have explained till now, everything documented in the form of a presentation so that you can go through. This is like a notes, right? So this is the difference. In waterfall, you have design, then coding, testing, and deployment. But in Agile, design, coding are happening parallel, iteratively, then deployment. But in DevOps, these three goes continuously. Means development, testing, deployment happening continuously, iteratively. Any change developed will be tested and will be deployed, right? Every change will go to the production servers immediately. That's how DevOps is helpful. Okay, there is another question from Sisir, which I think I should take up. Since there is more hype on AI, how it's going to impact on DevOps? Can you give some insights on it? Okay, that's actually great question to the context, like as it's becoming a buzz. See, AI will be like a helping hand for a DevOps engineer. It's like an assistant, right? DevOps engineer can become more faster, can become more productive with the AI. Using AI, You can take the help and complete your work very quickly. More productivity can be gained, but it will not replace a DevOps engineer because, like I told you, DevOps is a methodology. Of course, it's a combination of tools, but which tool to use at what point, to what extent, that should be a decision made by a DevOps engineer, not by an AI tool. Right? Also, you build the resilient systems. That is also part of DevOps, right? It can provide you resiliency options. Which one suits your project? What is the need of your project, your business needs? Only a DevOps engineer can understand, not the AI. So it will not replace the jobs, it can help you to become more productive, right? Also, DevOps will have the market in the future in coming years also. It's not going to be replaced by AI, right? And like I told you, roles and responsibilities of a DevOps engineer, you will understand because we cover all these roles in our project. Like from tomorrow, whatever scenarios we are doing, those are your roles and responsibilities, which I'll go through them as we dive into the hands-on part and all. Let me tell you one more thing. Some interesting concepts I would like to bring up here. In DevOps, like you will have support work as well. You could be a DevOps support engineer, or else you could be a DevOps core DevOps engineer. Core DevOps engineer in the sense you build or create the pipelines from the scratch, right? You create the infrastructure. This is one aspect. There are both projects available in the market, right? This is one area. You build everything for developers. They will means once their code is ready, we create everything from scratch. There is another way, like developers, they themselves will create these pipelines and all, but if something is broken, or if they need some stages, if they need some task, then they may create a support ticket, right, where DevOps engineers will come in and fix it, right? That's another aspect of it. So you may be working on building them, creating them from scratch, or you may be working on fixing those as a support, a DevOps support. So there are different roles again in DevOps also. Also in this DevOps, like I told you, you will be having again sprints like any other board. You will be having different sprints where you will get the tasks or your responsibilities in the form of Jira stories. You will create stories in each sprint, right? About, okay, create a Terraform. Sorry, you create a Kubernetes cluster using Terraform. That could be a request by some development team. So that would be the story you would be taking in the sprint. So you will be having sprints as well where you will get the tasks from development teams, from other partner teams, where you will have your roles and responsibilities executed this way. Is that clear and understood? And how a DevOps team works. Again, this varies from project to project, company to company. In some projects, there'll be a separate DevOps team for every project, or else in some very huge company, or else let's say startups, there'll be only one DevOps team who will be working for some 8 development projects. So you can see how huge the work would be. But as you do end to end here, you'll be having lot of scope for learning. Maybe in an MNC, you might be having a separate DevOps team for each project. So it all depends about the resource availability, their design, project. It varies from project to project, and all. Whether you are working as a DevOps engineer for multiple projects or single project, it all varies. But that's how these are some of the samples of the projects I have come across. Home, that gives you an idea. So what you are looking into, like, I mean, when you are applying for the job, you should understand the job description, what you are focused on, what is your major role, like whether they were looking for a DevOps engineer for support or for the code development of DevOps. Development in DevOps meaning creating the pipelines, everything from scratch. So accordingly, you can understand by reading the job description. Right. So these are all the tool sets I'm covering, sorry, skill set I'm covering, like Git, Maven, Jenkins, Docker, Ansible, Terraform, Kubernetes, Docker Swarm, Prometheus, Grafana. Few of them are not listed here, like Argo CD I'm covering, JFrog I'm covering, and also AWS services for DevOps. This is just a brief list of the topics. You have the elaborated course content available on the website. Any questions from anyone on this part on what topics we are covering? And by the way, under every category, like there were so many tools under version control system, there were so many build automation tools. I'm covering one tool under the category, that is enough. If you master one tool under each category, that is more than enough. Because see, if you know one tool, other tools follow the same analogy. Companies are looking for people to know one tool in each category. If you know one tool, they'll consider that you can just explore and get into other tools very easily, right? They are not sticking to particular tool you should know and all. Even the same is applicable for cloud. If you know AWS, they are expecting you may work on any other cloud. That's the how market is. You don't have to learn all the clouds, or you don't have to learn Git, SV, and TFS and all, where all the tools are in the same category. Rather, you should expertise tools in each category. Means you have to dive here vertically, not horizontally. You don't have to learn different tools this way horizontally. Rather, you should scale vertically. Yes, Mangesh, I see a hand raise. Any question from you?
Yeah, I have one question. Like for any cloud computing or something, like how much deep networking knowledge is required? Like,
Deep networking knowledge or deep cloud knowledge is not required. Like I told you, we are covering DevOps as the core skill set here, right? So for DevOps
yep.
engineer, if you are applying whatever tools we need from DevOps perspective, you need to know that networking in depth is not needed. Anyway, I'm covering here VPC, subnets, internet gateway, route tables, all of those things. That is pretty much enough. And what are different
Oh,
types of subnets, those things we are covering, which will be pretty good enough. And this is the CI/CD pipeline I'm talking about. We are also covering monitoring tool like Prometheus and the visualization tool Grafana. So this is the pipeline we'll be building by the end of the course, and each stage will be built one after the other in steps. Any more questions from anyone? So end-to-end CI/CD pipeline design, real-time scenarios with the demonstration, interview questions, and answering them more confidently. These are the main agenda of the training. So, like, if you are interested with this training, the training goes in the same time from tomorrow. So here is the link to buy the course. If you go here, and once you enrolled into the training, you will be getting access to LMS. Also, you will get access to the previous batch recordings also. If you want to go through any particular topic at your own pace also, you can go through. Right, go here, click on continue, and select the program, November batch. And this is how you can go for. You can enter the coupon code, which is VD400. Apply it, you will get the discount of 4,000 rupees, and this is the one you have to go for. If you have any questions regarding the purchase, any queries you have, you can reach out to this number. This is Mr. Raj, our training counselor, who has got a great experience in guiding and training people, in advising the people and counseling people. So this is his WhatsApp number. You can ping Mr. Raj or reach out to him directly. Once you enroll, you will get automatically access to our learning management system, our webinars from tomorrow, all of that you will get access to. And I just want to launch a poll. Just a second. I'm just launching a poll. Whoever interested can share your details across this form so that it will help us to keep you updated with all the training details. Can you all see the poll? I just launched it. Did you all receive it? So you can share your details. Hope you all received the poll.
Yes, yes.
All right. Right. So whoever interested can complete the form so that we can share you with updates on this training. Any more questions? Anything from your end? Feel free to submit it.
Placements will be provided.
We'll help you with your resume building, with the mock interviews, custom resumes will help you with, and the mock interviews. And if you have any references in our circle, we'll forward you. As we are a group of working professionals handling this, this is not any consultancy.
Okay, Preeti, actually, I have one question. Like, after the course, I'll be able to go to the AWS DevOps certification.
Certification is different, right? Not only for this, any training like will not help you with certification. Definitely, without this course, you can't go for certification because you need to have thorough understanding. But what I mean is, certification perspective learning should be different. Means there'll be certain topics which certified people should be aware of.
No, what I meant exactly after this course, like, I know definitely for the certification, I need to do some extra preparation, go through dumps. But this training, this after this end, I can go for practice and go for the AWS certification, or I have to some learn other additional things for that
That's what
certification.
I'm telling Jitendra. Like this training will help you with the topics that help you to work in the projects interviews. Certified people, they expect certain other topics. Those topics we never use in real world. So obviously there'll be few topics which you should learn to clear the certification. So the course content would be a bit different. The perspective might be different. But with a little self-learning, you can do that.
Okay,
But
one more thing.
it will be
And
definitely needed to understand the actual
I
um,
got it. Okay.
concept.
And how is the CSOPs like difference from this, or is it part of this? Because I saw some in CSOP they have some monitoring tools and some HA configuration like support things are there also. So how is it different between DevOps and CSOPs?
Okay, let me tell you, you have DevOps and SysOps, or I would call it as rather SRE, right? SysOps comes under this SRE, Site Reliability Engineering, or System Operations, right? So
Yeah.
DevOps is a subset of this SRE, right? Like after means along with the DevOps, if you are working on incident management, production support,
Hmm.
right, or you're working for resiliency of the applications, that's a core focus. Or if it you are working on observability, building observability of your systems, that's your SRE or system sysops, observability.
Okay.
Right, this makes a SRE or a DevOps. So DevOps is a subset of all of this. So like I told you, there is also support projects in DevOps. So in the support, if you're also doing instance support, incidents, in production support, right? You work on resiliency of the systems by building the high configurable systems. Means again for that you need Kubernetes. So they overlap each other. Again, observability means Prometheus, Grafana. But if your deep focus is only on observability and all, that's called SRE or SysOps. Your focus is only on resiliency rather than building CI/CD pipelines. That's SRE. DevOps main focus is faster deployments, complete automation, taking the code faster, or else let's say deploying the features very quickly to production is a focus of DevOps. Once it is deployed to end users, is it reliable? Is it highly stable, highly available for users? If your focus is this part, then you are an SRE engineer, site reliability engineer. If your focus is doing production support, that's a site reliability. If your focus is building dashboards, observability on it, that's a SRE. If your focus is building or deployments faster, building automation, building infrastructure automatically with a Terraform and all, that's DevOps. So the focus is different, but they overlap each other.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hope that helps everyone.
Yes, Preeti. Yeah.
Any more queries from anyone? I see people enrolled into the course, and thanks for all whoever enrolled. And WhatsApp group will be created by tomorrow. We will be adding all the enrolled candidates to the WhatsApp group so that you can avail the help. from there. Muted everyone having background noise. If you have a question, unmute. Otherwise, please keep muted. Vivek, do you have any?
Preethi, and I mean, what is DevSecOps? I mean, what is the difference between SecOps, DevSecOps, and the DevOps?
Including security in the DevOps space. Again, see, these terms are used interchangeably. These days, every DevOps pipeline will have security phase included, including security at the early stages itself. Earlier, like in the traditional approach, after deployment to production, then comes security. No, you include security in the early phases. That's called shift left approach. If you are implementing security in the very early stages, that's called DevSecOps. We call DevSecOps pipelines also DevSecOps. We call these pipelines also simply DevOps. These terms are used interchangeably, but that's the actual difference. So security stages means code scan, vulnerability stages. Like we include automate test stages in the pipeline, we include automate code scanning, we include automate image scanning. Tools like Snyk does serves the purpose. So that's a DevSecOps. If you know DevOps, see, you keep adding the stages, removing the stages depending on each project requirement, team requirement and all. If you know building the CI/CD pipeline with a certain main phases, you could include or integrate any other stages easily. Any more queries? And thanks everyone again, whoever have enrolled. People are still enrolling, and any questions during the purchase of this course, please ping Mr. Raj. He can help you, guide you, or clarify any queries you have. Any more questions?
Yeah, hi.
Hello. Hi, Naveen.
Yeah, Preethi. Well, I'm totally in non-IT side. I'm working in construction field side, so I'm planning to enter into IT field. So, is this course is eligible to me? I'm having around 6 years of career. Yeah.
6 years of career. Are you into IT before?
No, no. Totally, I'm in civil field, construction.
You can apply as a new role, or else if you need any guidance, if you want to show up some experience, like we can also guide you with it. You can talk to Mr. Raj on that. But yes, you are eligible to learn this because, like I tell you, there are no prerequisites for the training. Everything will be taught from the basics. So, yes, you are eligible for it. Yes, you can talk to
Yeah,
Mr. Raj. He can guide you and suggest you the right pattern of your learning. You can ping Mr. Raj on this number.
yeah. Oh, thank you.
Any questions from anyone else? So please log in and create your own free account LMS link that will help you to explore the LMS and experience what are all the content available here. So here is the course content, student reviews. If you want to see some testimonials, here they are who have got job offers, everything you have here. You can also go through before you enroll. Any more questions, feel free to reach out. So I think I answered almost all the questions. I'm checking the questions in the chat also. Regarding AI, there were many questions. Like I already answered, AI will be an assistant, a helping hand for you, but it will not replace a DevOps engineer, right? Because the decision making is a crucial part to build resilient systems, high availability infrastructure, what your business needs. Only you can take the decision, not the AI, right? So it can help increase our productivity, but it will not replace a DevOps engineer. Particularly, these roles are safe even with AI. Particularly, becoming a support engineer or production support, all of them for DevOps, AI cannot replace. Also, we will teach you how to use ChatGPT as an example how in DevOps, right? How to create your configuration, Terraform configuration files, Ansible playbooks with ChatGPT, quickly and how to become more productive. How, see, in these days with AI, that's an advantage for us actually. You can learn DevOps very easily with AI. You don't have to struggle writing the configuration files for step by step. You have AI to do that. That's how you can use them like an assistant, helping hand, and improve your productivity. That's how they can be helpful. They're actually positive for us. They never replace us. Any more questions from anyone? So that is all for today. Thank you all for joining this webinar. And from tomorrow, the regular session begins. Any questions, feel free to reach out on this WhatsApp number. And yeah, from tomorrow, the regular class begins. Any more questions? And people are still like going through the purchase and we are having queries. So I'll be still online. Any further queries you have, you can talk to me. And thanks for everyone who have purchased the course today. And hope you all have got the access. Please check the access, like you will be getting the LMS access. You'll be getting the access to the previous class recordings. You will get all of those materials available. So please check your access, and any questions, reach out to me. Anything else you would love to know, let me know. Coming to the lab setups, there were questions regarding lab setup. Like I told you, we'll help you setting up the lab on your personal laptop for free, right? So you can do the lab at your own pace at your convenient timings. Also, the recordings will be available. Like if you miss any particular day, you can go through the recording as well. And here is the course content which you can go through. Like today, whatever we are covering is the introduction to DevOps, and tomorrow we'll be starting with Git. And yeah, Linux basics will be taught, that will be spread across the course. It's not that today we'll start and learn Linux for 2 days. It's vertically spread across the course, right? And we'll be getting started with the Git and mastering Git. We'll start Git from tomorrow. And there were questions again from how to purchase the course. From the main page, you can go to the main page and click on this buy course. Right? If you click on this buy course, you will be navigated to this page. So click on continue, and the coupon code, we are offering a discount today. So go to the continue and again select the program and enter the coupon code, which is VD400. So that's a coupon code where you get a discount of 4,000 rupees. That's a best buy. Any more questions from anyone?
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Preethi. This is Naresh this side. So just wanted to check this 2 month duration is enough to complete this DevOps training with all the tools, practice, hands-on, everything, and to get
Yeah, may I know your name? Sorry, I missed
and
it.
nourish.
Yeah, hi Naresh. Yes, this 2 months period is enough with a proper structured planning and training, that is possible, because I am covering the topics which are the market needs, which the industry needs. Also the scenarios, what is needed for a person to become expertise on the subject. As I have great experience on these and expertise on these tools, I know what topics people should learn and in what way, so that they gain the maximum benefit in less time, right? Within 2 months
Mhm.
duration, people want to get into the role. It's not that after 1 year they get into the role, wandering here and there, learning unnecessary subject, unnecessary scenarios, right? So I know
Mhm.
what people should learn to gain the subject in the limited amount of time. That's how this is designed, so that because people want to move into the market very quickly. So with that agenda, it is designed in a way that how can people learn and gain the subject confidently and comfortably. So yes, that's how it is designed. Proper structure and planning, it is possible. It is possible with the experienced people. So you are all in the right hands in that way.
Okay, thank you. And one more thing, how much percentage theoretical and practical?
Today is a complete theoretical. Tomorrow onwards, theoretical will be reducing day by day. Tomorrow, when we start any tool, first day theory like architecture, we will learn. So
Mhm.
maybe 30 minutes first day of every tool, then all hands on. So every tool first half, first 30 minutes, let's say. So if you count all 30 minutes for the first day of each tool, not every day, first day of each tool. So if you have 10 tools, 10 30s, that's how the theory. Rest of all practicals.
Okay. And one more question there. So there are already few batches already passed out, right?
Yep.
So how are their experience within 2 months
You
duration?
can
Have they come?
see the testimonials available on the website. We have a great feedback and we have great mouth marketing. We get people every batch who are references more than the advertisements and all. You can also see the testimonials. We have people with a job offers in the hands, multiple job offers also. You can go through the testimonials available on the website.
Okay, sure. And the last question. So we have only this time, right? Evening, not morning time.
Morning batch, there is another batch that starts in the month of December for morning. December 8th is for morning batch.
Okay, morning. What time is it? 7:30, 8:30?
7:30 morning.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Right.
Thanks.
Hello, Preethi.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah. So for the lab that is, do we need to take any kind of subscription for the AWS or how it is? Can
We'll
you please?
create a free account in AWS Assessor and we'll create a lab. It's a free of cost.
But that will be free per account, right? But whenever we'll consume, that will be free per account for 1 year, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So but whenever we'll do any setup for the suppose Terraform and what are the services will consume, so will it be reflect in your credit card bill statement or how?
No, no, it will not be. Everything will be free. We'll help you with the free setup of your AWS account. Either it's Terraform setup or Kubernetes setup. We'll help you with the free setup, either on your laptop or on cloud. Whatever we do, it will be of free of cost. And also, one thing I just want to bring up here regarding previous question regarding the testimonials. Student testimonials on the website, they are only just a part or a small part of it because people manage their experiences, right? So they may not be showing up there their feedback there who manage their experience. There are also lot many cases as such. So those testimonials would be missing on the website. So we can't help it because they are concerned about their own security, whoever manages their experience, right? Like people having only 1 year or else no experience in DevOps, they claim 6 years also. That's how they got job offers as well. They wouldn't be putting it on the website. So a little part of it we can get from people in the website, whichever is available. Anyway, hope I answered the regarding the lab, Sisir. Any more queries from anyone? All right, then. Hope you all enjoyed the session and got clarity on what is DevOps, how we implement it, and who can learn. I believe you got clarity on all those things. And thank you all once again for joining the class today. Tomorrow on, we'll get started with the Git. So get buckled up for the coming up sessions and wish you all good luck. Thank you all for joining. Have a good day. Bye, everyone. Still any more questions, please reach out to the. Okay, there were pings regarding the coupon code. Yeah, you can ping Mr. Raj if you have any further queries. I'm seeing pings on it, so please check with Mr. Raj. You can ping Mr. Raj on this number.